Hello.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Talking with Demons. You're hanging out with Sid, me, of course, me, and my buddy Bob. How are you doing tonight, man?
I'm doing fine. I'm doing fine. Nice, relaxing day. So
Yeah, it's been a day.
yeah,
It's been a day. That's all I'm going to say.
I,
It's been a day.
I think that's for the best. I don't think I've had as much fun as you, but I've had a decent
Oh
enough
man,
day.
it's been lots of fun, Bob.
I,
Lots of fun.
I got to go and see the parents, which was nice because my mother's been in hospital and she's recovering well, so that's good. And then I recorded a radio show, so that was entertaining. So and then I decided to relax with a drink.
You've had a productive day.
I am. I tell you what, I also did. We talked last night about the new Vikings Valhalla.
Yes.
And I went down last night and I thought I'm going to watch a bit of this. So I watched half last night of the first episode and finished it off this morning when the dog woke us up ridiculously early, wanting to be fed. And it's good.
You watched the whole. You watched the whole 8 episodes.
I've only watched one. Christ, how much time do you think that's been sitting on my ass in a day?
I spent all fucking 8 hours yesterday sitting on my ass watching Valhalla.
Well, that's your normal day, though, that isn't it? We've decided that.
To be fair, yeah. I tell you what, you're right though. That first episode, it's that kind of like the introduction to the cast of the characters of the story. You get a little bit of a brief history at the beginning of it, of what's going on, and then of course, when they're in I can't think of the name of the city now. What's the name of that city?
Cat.
Yes, that's where Ragnar. Actually, that's where he lived and stuff, right? So they're going back to that same place in the first episode. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of like reacquainting yourself with the story.
It was, and you could see obviously they developed a little. I mean, we're not giving too much away because people might want to watch this, but I thought it felt like you were slipping back into the same sort of comfortable storylines, but just new cast because obviously we're 100 years on, but it was good. I liked it. So.
It's a good show. Like I said, we're not going to give too much away, but if anybody's got Netflix, I'm seriously go watch Vikings Valhalla. I was questionable about it at first because I didn't know how they was going to go with the story, but after the first episode, I was completely hooked in and I couldn't stop.
Yeah, I think it's going to be the same for me. I'm going to be sort of sneaking it in where I can, definitely.
Let's say hello to everybody real quick, shall we?
Yeah.
Let me get some of these comments. We got Peter Hughes.
Hello, Peter.
Welcome. Hello. How are you doing? We got Mary Beth. Hello, Mary Beth. How are you doing? Good to see you.
Hi, Mary Beth.
We got Dan. Dan, good old Dan. How are you doing, buddy? We got our buddy Jace Boy Payne. Jace Boy Payne.
Hello.
How are you guys doing tonight? Thanks for showing up and hanging out with us tonight, guys.
Yeah. Now, he's not just saying hello to me purposely because obviously, I bounced around a few different sites and he'd come on saying hi, guys. And I spotted Jace as I was in this particular feed. So I said, quickly put a message, hi, Jace, and hi, Mary Beth. So, he's not leaving you out, Sid. Don't feel all hard done to there when he's saying hi, Bob Bones,
Well, you're popular, Bob. To be fair,
he loves a bit of Sid as well, just like everybody else.
I'm a friendly guy.
Yeah.
Hello, Stacy. How are you doing? Hello, my wife. Good to see you guys. Thanks for hanging out tonight. I appreciate it. So we got a good show tonight, right? We got another.
Yeah.
Show. We've had these guys on a couple of different times here in the last year. It has been maybe.
Yeah, I mean, this was one of my probably my only introduction. I can't remember if I've actually done any other solo runs, but I did a solo run on these because you were ill and backed out and whatever on a night with them end of last April.
Damn, it's been that long.
Be?
Hello, Ina.
It has.
I didn't see you there. How are you doing?
Hi, Ina. Don't miss Ina.
Dan says, I wouldn't miss it.
That's good.
Oh,
that's good.
Casey's being nice now. Hey, buddy. So yeah, what's
up? Yeah.
So without further ado, everybody, please welcome 6 Feet Below. Josh.
Hello.
And Pete, welcome to the show, fellas.
Hello there.
How's it going? It's going really well, Josh. As we've just been discussing, do you realise it's been a full 10 months coming up since we did that show last year?
Is it really?
Right? Yeah, and what I really need to know is, in that 10 months, has your skin managed to see any sun at all?
I think I don't. Come on, Bob. Don't put me on the spot like this.
You're blending into your paint behind. You're almost like the Invisible Man. If you didn't have that microphone stand coming across the front there, it's like, and your T-shirt on, he'd blend in, wouldn't he?
You know what, Bob? I'll let you into a little secret.
Where's
I'm actually wearing fake tan right now.
Get spray tan.
Yeah. Well, there you go.
Well, how are you guys doing, Pete? Thanks for hanging out with us. I haven't met you yet until just 5 minutes or so before the show. And Josh, I hope you've been doing well the last 10 months then. I mean, that's been a fucking long time.
It has. It's been a bit of a bumpy ride, hasn't it? Going back and forth with lineup changes and stuff. But, I mean, I think we're finally where we need to be now, aren't we, Pete?
I'd say so anyway, as being the new guy.
So when did you actually do the full join in then, Pete? How long have you been with them now?
October? November? I don't know.
It was before Christmas. I know that.
It was before Christmas, yeah.
Because we released War Pigs just before Christmas. So it was before then.
So I've been toying with the idea of trying to find a new band, and then these guys put a thing up on Facebook saying no time wasters, and I thought, hey up. Yeah, could be for me, but we'd played with you guys before, so it's not like I was walking to a room full of strangers. So yeah.
All right. So you'd been in a band or in a different band with parts of the band before?
Different bands. We did gigs together. Yeah, and a couple of years ago. So yeah.
You've actually done a gig then, Josh, because I've known you now for it's coming up for a year and a half, and I think you've had about 3-4 tracks out maybe in that time, and obviously COVID's hit, so it's been difficult. So I didn't know if you'd actually managed to get a gig done much before that, or since really.
I think the last time we did a gig, it's got to be at least 2 years ago now. I think it were just a few months before the first lockdown, I think. Yeah, we've not done any.
So you were saying lineup changes. I presume the only change is that Pete has come in and replaced Bob. Not this Bob.
It was a slight exaggeration, I suppose, but yeah.
But everything else is pretty much there, yeah?
I think so, yeah, definitely.
Good.
So we're in rehearsal for live shows now.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think we're making a lot of progress already. To say we've not been going for so long.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's good. I mean, it's 3-4 months. It gets it moving. And if I remember rightly from before, you said that you guys already had quite a lot of music done. It's just a matter of recording it, getting a set together. So I presume now that the restrictions have lifted and you've got the band in a full working order, that it's just a matter of deciding on a set list and getting yourselves going, is it?
Well, yeah, that's what I mean.
Kind of rests on me there. The pressure's on. So the guys are fully rehearsed and ready to go, and then as me comes in and don't know nothing. So
I can see a guitar behind you, Pete. Are you going to be playing guitar and singing, or is it just going to be vocals? Or
bit of guitar here and there, yeah. Beefs out the sound a bit.
So you're going to have a guitar to pose around with as well. So
yeah, well, I don't know
a
what's
bit of a stage prop, a bit of a like, bit of a distance to mark.
Well, come on then, Josh. Tell us truthfully here now, right? Can you play guitar as well, or are you going to be sort of leaving his lead unplugged a little just so you can jump around and think he's joining in?
I cannot possibly comment on that, Bob.
A couple of songs that don't need additional guitar, I'll be able to put the guitar on a stand and throw myself around the stage a bit. So rein me in a bit, otherwise I'll wear myself out in the first couple of songs, and yeah.
Well, so as you put this set together, obviously before the change happened, the tracks you'd put out, you'd had you. I'm trying to remember the names of the other two that I remember going through. We've got one of the others tonight, haven't we, Sid, I believe?
We got Ascension. I'm playing Ascension tonight, and I'm playing you all, as well as War Pigs.
Yeah. So are those still going to be, well, obviously War Pigs will be, because that's your voice that is going to be in that one, Pete, but are you and Ascension going to be sort of still in your set that you're going to be gigging with and going forward?
I'd hope so. Yeah.
Yeah.
You do what you're comfortable with, Pete, at the end of the day. I mean, we know the songs.
We've gone through you a few times. We use almost polished up. Ascension's one of the ones we're going to do next, because it's pretty popular on YouTube.
So are you going to work it the same way, or are you going to are you guys going to rework the song? Are you going to keep it kind of sort of to how the original one that came out?
I would probably say, just try and keep it as simple as possible. I mean, we've been without a gig for like 2 years now, and I think the best strategy is to just keep it simple, and just basically, work through the set list as quickly as possible so we can just get gigging. And, I think that's the best approach, really.
So I think you've got to remember, when you had bands like, say, Iron Maiden in the early days, and they left, Paul Di'Anno went and Bruce Dickinson came in, you still had Bruce Dickinson doing some of the old Di'Anno songs, didn't you? You didn't sort of rewrite the band's history. So,
No, there's one or two have stuck new lyrics over, just sort of put me on spin on it. But then if the words are already there, then, no point in changing it, especially because I've got to admit, I'm a bit of a sucker for themed songs. The Ascension Egyptian style, I love it.
Well, it'd be nice to see. Yeah, because obviously if you guys may want to do an EP or album at some point, it'd be nice to see those and see how it's nice to compare, isn't it? So
I mean, it's 2022. The recordings still exist, even if it's just sort of redoing the vocals and sticking it out as a single or a demo version versus this. It might not even end up on a full length album, but if it's there to listen to, then stick it on YouTube with a different singer over it, and same words. It's just something else out there to listen to.
It'll give a different flair to the song anyway. When you add new vocals to it, it'll give it a different kind of a flair to the song anyway.
It's the riff in Ascension. Mark was saying last time is one of the trickiest riffs he's written. He showed me at practice.
He wish he never wrote it.
He wish he never wrote it. I think if I was going to join in on that one, it was on about adding a harmony. And I think I might stick to the backing chords with there. There definitely won't be much more variation in the guitar.
We'll just have to play it at half speed, make it easy.
Yeah.
Well, that's it. I know when we were talking about doing this show, because I was obviously saying that normally with majority bands, it would probably be a little bit early for how we would normally do this show, because we normally play 3 or 4 songs for the band to try and help promote them and give people a feel for the music. But we sort of agreed that probably one of the things that would be good for this show with yourselves would be to show the transition from the music that was done before you joined Pete into War Pigs, that you've joined in the band and done your first vocal performance that we've all got to hear. So perhaps it's maybe a time to start with one of those, Sid, and introduce.
I think we should play the one that you introduced me to from the very beginning, was their song "You." I love that song.
Yeah, sounds good. Let's have a listen to that, and then we can come back and have a bit more chat.
All right, guys. Thanks. We're hanging out here with 6 Feet Below. We're getting ready to play their video for "You." We'll be right back, everybody.
Now let's see. We'll just toss the side of that pedestal.
my world. And
All right.
Nice.
I was really pleased to see backstage. I see everything, and it was good to see you, Pete, kind of bobbing your head a bit, enjoying the song as well.
See, I've sung along with it more times in practice now than I've listened to it on YouTube. Then I should maybe go back and listen to the original a bit more. It's heavy as hell.
The guitar solo was brilliant in this song, really.
I think "You" is the song that got you hooked, Sid, wasn't it? You know, when you
It was.
first heard about us.
There was something about the sound reminded me of like the old school Metallica era type of a sound at the time. I just when I heard it, I was like, "This is fucking good. I got to have these guys around so I can play their music." Bob introduced me to them, and, you know, at the time I was just breaking into the scene actually, and you guys was one of the first bands that Bob introduced me to first us getting music for my radio show that I was doing at the time for another radio station. But yeah, you was it for me. I played the shit out of that every week for about 3 months.
Yeah, it's a good track, I think. But I've got to say, Josh, you may remember at one point we give you a little guest slot on one of our shows to come along when we had another band on.
Oh,
and
yeah.
That's right. And I said at the time, because we had this thing, Pete, you might not know this story, but Josh couldn't get his camera to work that night. So we had this band on, and he was doing a bit of a guest sort of host slot with us. And we had this band, and he's having a bit of listen to it. And we got back to them. We had a bit chat about the song. We said, "What did you think, Josh?" And he said, "Well, it's not my kind of thing." You know, that's not what you say when you got a band when you interviewed Josh.
I think the first response was, "This sucks. I really don't like it." It's just not my kind of thing, and I'm going,
Yeah.
Fuck, are we fucking? What's going on here? Is this some sort of fucking punishment? What did I do wrong here?
Well, you might not remember at that time, Josh, as I said, when we have 6 Feet Below on the band, lads, yous can come and review the song for us.
So we have a surprise for you tonight, Josh.
Sitting backstage tonight.
They've been sitting here watching the show the whole time, and we brought the band Slave Still on the show tonight, just so they can give their thoughts about your songs. So everybody, please welcome Slave Still. I'm just kidding with you, Josh.
Yeah, we didn't. It would have been fun. I did invite the lads, but they must have either forgotten about it or decided that they were going to put you through it. Unfortunately, it was only me who was probably cruel enough.
One of the few times we actually got Josh to have a little bit of a complexion.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's right. Yeah, you started to come out of that wall a little bit.
Yeah.
It's all right for me because it can get me badge pull out. Not to do with me, that one.
But yeah.
Hold on. Say that again. You can get your badge pull out.
I guess.
What sort of show do you think this is?
Well, that's off camera.
It's the
So, I mean, certainly. I mean, is this the new ploy by 6 Feet Below in order to get some extra follows? Eh? You guys go around and get your badge pull out.
Yeah, you ought to see my stage outfit.
This coming out some polka dotted like tight speedos.
Oh no, this is the thing. There just isn't one.
He's just coming out there like Flea with nothing underneath, just the bass covering it up.
See, that's why they made me get the guitar.
I'm a placement guitar singer.
Yeah, he agrees to put the gig on for free for the bar and that. And he just says, "Look, I'm going to come out in a pair of Spuggy Smugglers and just sort of like get all the fans to just stick a fiver in as I'm going past on the stage."
It's like it's a reverse striptease, basically. The more money you put in the hat, the more clothes I put back on.
Pay for recordings.
That's
it. It gets us in the studio.
Come out like the Chili Peppers, just put a sock over it. Nobody recognize what that is.
Well, especially with Josh, all you'd see is this sock moving around the stage. You'd think, what the bloody hell's going on with that back?
It's like this.
Hey, there you go.
Translucent. You can see right through him.
You know, every time I do a gig, I look back at photos, and obviously when you're doing a gig, you got all these bright lights shining everywhere, and all you can see is just you can't see my eyes or anything, just a light just illuminating because of how pale I am.
He's a holy entity.
Well, do we have any outtakes from the picture we tried to take? We need to get some proper band pictures taken. And for this show, we tried doing one at practice, and it's I don't think I've got it to hand anywhere. But yeah, all of them. So we've got 3 of us looking fine, and Josh is just silhouetted. He says, "Don't worry, I can touch it up in Photoshop when I get home."
You know, it's one of those things. I remember go back to the 80s when I was a young lad and sort of looking at being in bands and stuff. We had a few bands like on the scene at the time. People same age as me, schoolmates and what have you. And of course, there was bands like Cinderella and Poison and that floating around. And one of these particular bands, I remember we went to this like workman's club. I don't know if you get workman's clubs over there, Sid, but it's like
a strip joint.
It's a pub. It's you have to sort of be a member to go in. It was only men. Only men were allowed to go in unless it was a special night at the time. Yeah, and then occasionally they'd have these special nights where they could bring the partners along. It was a bit old-fashioned, you know. And they were putting this music concert on one night, and I'm sort of walking through there with your drink as you are, and you walk around the corner, and he's this lad who you used to go to school with, and he's standing there covered in makeup, and I'm thinking, what the bloody hell? You know, I was used to seeing it with like the likes of Poison and Cinderella, but I'd never seen one of my schoolmates walk around with makeup on. I says, what's all that crap you're wearing? He says, oh, it's just so that I don't look pale on stage. So maybe that's your trick, Josh. Maybe you need to get the makeup bag out.
Well, maybe. Or maybe it could be a bit of a gimmick for the band, you know. The palest man in rock history.
Well, that's it.
I heard that the Kardashians got a hell of a makeup line. Kim Kardashian and her makeup. You should try it. I think my wife used it one time. It's pretty good.
Next thing you know, 6 feet below, we're endorsing it.
You guys be wearing feather boas, wearing makeup.
I say there's nothing in music anymore. Let's take it down the makeup line and say
That's
it. You don't have to be sort of like the old lipstick and all that. You could go a bit like Kiss sort of fashion, you know. Pick your own sort of like symbol to paint on your face or something like that, you know.
So
he's thinking about it now.
We all need our own rune. There we
go. I guess we need to get to some more important questions, right? Like
I was kind of enjoying the makeup. Come on, guys, let's have some suggestions for Josh's makeup pattern.
There you go. Everybody's watching, asking leave in the comments what brand he should get of makeup, and we'll make sure that we'll donate it to Josh. So we'll do another show where he can wear some makeup.
Yeah, even if you want him, yeah. Kiss Cat, he could be.
What about L'Oreal? Because I'm worth it.
That's it.
Hey, here he comes.
Look at him showing up. Half an hour.
Hi guys, how are you doing? You okay?
Not bad.
How are you doing, Paul?
Yeah, I'm good. How are you, Bob?
I'm doing fine, mate. It's nice to see you sober.
And you too, yeah.
I'm working on it. I knew that you were coming on potentially tonight, so I thought, well, I best have an extra big drink just so I can keep up with him.
Well, I've slowed down tonight, obviously, because talking with you guys. So sorry I'm a bit late, but yeah, it's been a good night, so I'm glad to be here. So thank you for having me on as well.
Don't worry, Josh will be well chuffed because we've just moved you away from talking about makeup for him with you landing there. So
I was going to suggest Nivea Factor 50. That might be the way to go. For endorsements. And,
other products are available.
You can build your own makeup line.
Maybe. I'll tell you what I'd really like to endorse, though. I'd like to endorse like fitness equipment. I think it'd be really good, you know, with our like sort of heavy rock metal sort of aesthetics sort of thing.
Heavy metal weights.
Heavy metal weights. What are we going to do? Like, is our cock going to do bench presses?
Well, see, you start off on the really light ones, and they've got Spice Girls printing on them, and then when you get to the really heavy stuff, you got like Cannibal Corpse, and yeah.
And then at the very end, you get 6 Feet Below.
And then 6 Feet Below, yeah.
Are you a fit bloke, are you, Josh? Do you like working out?
I do a little bit of working out now and then.
Come on then, zoom in, Sid. Let's see your guns.
Are you really going to make me do this live on
Yeah, come on, Sid. Zoom into him. Let's see his guns.
I mean, it could be worse.
Right. Okay, come on, let's have a look.
Where are they at?
I told you I've got pipe cleaner arms.
Look at that. Look, I see it now. Hang on, it took me a second. I see it now.
You might need to zoom in a little bit.
It's the brightness of his arms. It just refracts right to your eyeball.
Yeah.
Pretty intimidating. You kind of remind me right now of like Conor McGregor.
Do you think?
No, not really.
No.
Excuse me.
Well, you never know. It could be your line, Josh. You might get yourself some sponsorship off the back of that. What would you like to be sponsored with, Pete? This is a chance to sell yourselves now. Find a sponsor.
Barge poles. I don't know. I've never really put any serious thought into it. What would I?
But is there a certain brand of product you use for when you sing? Like, is there a certain microphone you prefer above all the rest?
See, can I let you in on a secret?
Sure, we're all about secrets here.
I've got no experience in that side of things. I've got a little SM57 that I use for absolutely everything in my little home studio. So yeah, that's something that I'm going to need to look into. In fact, there you go. That could be an answer. If any fancy mic companies want to send me lots of products for testing, I'll choose one.
So how long have you been actually singing then?
That's actually interesting, isn't it, Pete? Because I don't think these guys are aware, but this is your first time actually singing in a band, isn't it?
Yeah, again, perfect chance to let you into a secret. I'm not a singer.
Okay, but who conned you into this? Who conned you into this then, Josh?
I saw the advert. See, just before lockdown, my old band parted ways. We were going to get back together for a birthday party for one of his friends, and then COVID came, and that just scuppered absolutely everything. So no gigs, nothing. So I did my own little solo project for a year, singing the lot in my little 1.8 meter by 1.8 meter box room converted studio. It was and then so these guys looking for a band. I thought, I know that guy, and the pasty one looks friendly enough. So yeah, I'll drop a message, see how it goes.
Was one of the first words Josh said to you was precious?
But yeah, so I thought I know the guys. I know they're a good bunch. So I said turned up to rehearsal. I said if I'm not what you're looking for, then yeah, fair enough.
You're going to have your life tonight, I'm afraid, Josh. But that's a good story. I enjoyed that, Pete. We might just get you that sponsorship. You never know, might we?
I just realized something. I'm surrounded by gingers.
Hey, I'm not a ginger. I'm not a ginger.
You're not a ginger.
I'm not ginger up here. I'm only ginger here.
You're a ginger.
There's not wrong with a bit of spice.
The proper Norse, you see.
I forgot to mention as well, we've actually got a really famous person in our band, and none of you actually know this.
Oh, it's you, Josh. We already know.
Well, mate, forget me. I'm just like a little bit famous, but who I'm on about, right? See, Paul, he's actually Mick Hucknall from Simply Red.
Well, I knew that because we'd heard that before. But as you've mentioned, Paul, I think it's only fair that we find out what Paul wants to be endorsed by.
Can I just say before you do that? Because I think I know what Paul would like to be endorsed by because of his habits. And I think it's going to be something to do with beer.
I mean, yeah, it's one of them. Beer's beer in it, but like to be endorsed by, a mega like brand, which I love, is Mapex. Absolutely love Mapex. I've had a Mapex PXP Rock Fusion kit since the age of, I think, 15, and so I've had my kit 15 years. And Zildjian, Vic Firth, big fan of the sticks and the gloves and things. Don't wear the gloves now. And Pasty as well, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
Definitely.
Nice.
He's rubbing it in. He's calling me pasty again.
I want to be endorsed by you, Josh.
I was kind of entertained there. Sorry, Josh, when we were going on about pasty and all this, and Sid said about made a bit of a Gollum reference, right?
Yeah.
So I think now there's always that line I remember of Gollum where he's I think they're going through the marshland and he gets a fish or something like that, and he says something like "roar and wriggling." Isn't it something like that? Yeah. Zoom in on Josh. Come on, Josh. Let's have roar and wriggling. Let's do your best Gollum. Zoom in, Sid. Come on, let's have him.
All right.
Roar and wriggling. Stupid fat hobbit. Nasty chips.
I missed that. That's why I thought of it. I was like, I miss him doing those little funny little Gollum voices.
That's the introduction for an album right there.
Intro to a song. That's what we need to do. Our next single.
Next single, Roar and Wriggling.
Yeah. Roar and Wriggling.
That's it. So you guys have started off with the release with Pete having done a cover. What made you decide to release a cover instead of a new original from the band?
People like covers. We like to play that cover. And I think when you're playing something people know, they automatically see it and think, I know that, I'm going to listen to it. And obviously people, obviously it's been quite successful so far. It's actually got quite a lot of views compared to our other stuff. And people it's been really well received. So I think it was a good idea, to tell you the truth.
Did you guys hang out all in the same studio and practice this song before you guys recorded it? Or was it something you sent parts here and you sent parts there and then somebody puts it all together?
Well,
I think we rehearsed it, didn't we, at first? Pete wasn't with us at the time.
Yeah, we actually agreed to do it when Bob were in the band. We were just like, we should do a cover. What cover should we do? We eventually decided on War Pigs, and and we went in, recorded it. I think we got it done, more or less done within it. Took us about 2 sessions. Did it? Maybe.
Yeah. I think something like that. Wasn't it? Yeah.
So
when I was recording
product to Pete, then Pete just kind of did the vocals on it, then, right?
Yeah, Pete literally done within 2 hours. I went to the studio because I was doing my bass bits. I got that done within, I think, maybe half an hour, was it? And then the rest of didn't take him long at all.
Why did I choose this song? Because it was already recorded for me. I just rolled up some I've written there.
There's a song for you, Pete.
And having a song that's already done for you, all you can do is just throw in the vocals. That makes it easy for you, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, it also takes all the decisions out of it. I'd still be deciding what to record to this day. It was nice as well because the studio that was recorded in is the one that I used to practice in my first high school band, probably well over 10 years ago now. So I've not been in there for about 10 years. Mokoff Studios, like Eaton. So it was really nice. It's coming back full circle. So
man, you're old.
Good to see.
It's actually where the where Bad Boy Chiller crew record their music, innit? At Tom's.
Yeah, he's got a proper disc. He's probably got a record on the wall now. And, behind it, he's got a.
They're really big now, aren't they, across the UK?
Yeah, I can't say.
Totally like metal, not related to metal in the slightest, but that's it. That's his claim to fame now, I guess.
Yeah, so, it says kids don't want to do guitar anymore. So yeah.
You know, we've been talking about War Pigs, Bob. I know I'm reading your mind. I'm with you on this. We've been talking about War Pigs. Why don't we play it?
Yeah.
What do you fellas think? It's the big reveal. It's the big reveal now. We get to hear what Pete sounds like.
That's it.
Guys, you're watching Talking with Demons. We're hanging out with 6 Feet Below. We're going to be playing right now. This is War Pigs, their latest release. Enjoy, guys.
Generals gathered in their masses, just like witches at black masses. Evil minds that plot destruction, sorcerer of death's construction. In the fields, the bodies burning, as the war machine keeps turning. Death and hatred to mankind, poisoning their brainwashed minds. Oh Lord, yeah! when darkness will stop turning. Ashes where the body's burning. No more war pigs have the power. Hand of God has struck the hour. A day of judgment, God is calling. On their knees, the war pigs crawling, begging mercy for their sins. Satan laughing spreads his wings. Oh Lord, yeah.
Please rise for the national anthem.
Great job, Pete. Great job, buddy.
1972.
Yeah, you're a pretty good guitarist, Pete.
Oh, that won't me then.
I tell you what, you would listen to that after you, and you can see some similarities actually in the voice.
You think
so? Yeah, I mean, your voice is good. It fits well, but I don't see it as a major shift away from the vocal style of Bob. So hopefully it'll give an easier transition for you when you come to doing some of the other tracks as well. But
learning some of the songs, that's kind of what I modelled what I thought they were after. And it's sort of, now as we're sort of rehearsing and getting to know each other more, this is where Mark, guitarist, he says, no, don't try and copy that. Do this, do something. So yeah, there's it's still changing, it's still evolving. So I'm still sort of finding my own voice in that respect. So yeah.
I enjoyed listening to you.
Yeah. I've got to admit, I couldn't help but wander away a little bit throughout that song with my mind, because I guess the song title and its theme kind of seems more attuned to what we're going through as well at the moment in the world, don't we? With all the hassles that are around.
Years later, yeah.
Yeah.
unfortunately. But
We wrote the theme tune for current events. Well, we covered it.
Yeah, I mean, if you were to redo it now with all the current footage that's being produced with the atrocities that are going on, it would have,
hey, that might be an idea, Josh. There, take the news footage, charity single.
Well, we don't make any money from it anyway, so why not?
Josh, stop rubbing them, man. We've seen your guns.
I forgot that I'm on camera, to be fair.
He's just a regular old fucking Hasselhoff, isn't he?
He hasn't got his girlfriend any longer, Sid. She's gone, so now he's having to try and attract a new one in. Come on, ladies, look at my guns. Huh?
I've got to keep feeling my skin, make sure it hasn't disappeared with all the light.
Which skin you feeling? Oh God, it's gone X-rated again.
I thought
Sorry, ladies. Please tune out.
I thought the drumming was good in that song too.
Thank you.
So
I didn't even the first time that we were recording it, I just thought we were laying down the actual backing drums for it, and then I said, "Are we recording it for real?" And they went, "Yeah." All right. Oh, I'll change it up then, and then I just did that really. So yeah, we're all right.
I thought it was good.
I think the guitars obviously stand out for me because I've been working with Mark for so many years, and I think he's done a phenomenal job. And Josh on the bass, it's absolutely solid. And when I heard Pete's vocals for the first time on War Pigs, I was like stunned. Not obviously, I didn't think Pete was what I mean. I didn't think he had the standard for it, but I was like, wow, it fits so well together. Just absolutely amazing. Yeah, just astonishing, really, what we did.
Funny thing about that song though is Mark wasn't happy with the solo on it.
He's never happy. Mark is never happy. He's a damn perfectionist, and you know what he's like, Josh. He's like, no, I want to go into the studio and re-record this and re-record that again. But as long as everybody else is happy, that's what he's wanting. He wants to make everybody happy, as well as himself. But he can't achieve that, unfortunately. Which is
was it Bowie who said something like, "It's recording's never finished. You never finish a mix or something." Yeah, you got to know when to sort of leave it and call it a day. If it's not his playing, then it's the tone. It's like, oh, playing's amazing here, says Mark, and then tone sounds rubbish. Cheap guitar.
Bless him.
I kind of blame myself as well.
Great guy.
Because, obviously in the original recording, you've got Geezer Butler playing a bass solo behind most of the solos, so it kind of gives more feel for the guitar player to be a bit more expressive. But I literally just I didn't come up with a solo. I just played sort of root notes in a basic rhythm. So you've kind of got me to blame for the solo there.
It sounds great though. It does sound great.
Mm-hmm. Were you very familiar with the song then, Pete? Before you recorded?
Who doesn't know War Pigs? I still, again, as a singer, it's a secret, but I struggle remembering the lyrics because I've always been focused on the guitar. And as it comes to remembering the song.
I can understand that. What I was going to ask is, did it help when you came to do the recording, the fact that being a familiar song, you could maybe copy some of the phrasing that you knew from the song, whereas when you're coming out with a new song, you've got to work out that phrasing and how it's going to run?
To be honest, I think I prefer writing things to trying to cover things. If you're trying to cover a song, you're trying to do it justice. You're trying to sing the way that Ozzy sung it. And for me, in the verses, politicians, I couldn't reach the high notes in the second line that Ozzy reaches, so I had to bring it down a bit instead. Which listening to it through, it flows fine. It flows fine when we play it live. So in practice, so you wouldn't think, listening to it about that. So that's something that bugs me on it when I listen to. So I think I'm not singing it exactly the way that Ozzy did it, but it's a cover. So you've got to do your own spin on things. When writing your own songs, you hear the melody in your head, you sing it out, and that's it. That's the way people are going to hear it as well. So I think it's tough when you're tougher trying to cover than it is writing, I think.
Yeah. So have you picked out the next move? Have we got another song in the offing, or more recordings coming soon? What's the next step?
I think a live performance that we're working towards.
Yeah. So,
we want to get on
so we've
stage
been
again.
working. We've been working on the set recently, which has been going great. And we have been kind of doing a bit of writing in between. They're doing, practicing the set as well, which I think we've got a thing that I kind of. Pete brought his guitar, and he was just playing something, and just a tune came in my head. So I just thought, right, I'm one of these drummers that say, right, I'll sing it and you play it, and the next, you know what I mean? It's really hard to kind of differentiate, and then Mark will pick it up, and then obviously Pete will join in, and I think that went well. But we've been working on the set, which has been going great, like I say. So yeah.
I think the focus at the minute is obviously just getting gig ready, trying to get as many gigs as possible, and obviously while we can try and do writing, if we can do recording as well, because like we must have at least 30 songs in our in our back catalogue that we haven't done anything with. They're just recorded, but they just need new vocals on. Plenty of material.
I'd say restructuring some of them, not all of them. But definitely work on them.
All the materials there. It's just a matter of just getting it recorded, really.
Yeah.
And as far as recordings, do you have plans for an EP, an album, or are you going to be putting a recording out?
That's still down the line, isn't it, at the moment?
Yeah.
But definitely we'll want to. I'd lean towards album personally, and just that feels. People don't really buy albums anymore, little bands, but I feel like that's sort of that's the aim. You always feel like getting your album out, and then you got something sort of
Should we do another cover?
Covers.
I think you're right, Pete. I think I know that album sales might be dropping off unless it's a digital download. I still like to buy an album. I like to pop it in a car CD player and listen to it as I drive. Although I know that a lot of cars are starting to get rid of CD players and stuff like that as well. But I think when you go and record an album, you have that physical copy. It almost acts like that. That's like your memoir. That's what I've achieved with my musical career, and you've got it there for years to come. So it's not lost in. Yeah, it's not lost in the history of thousands of digital downloads. It's there, a physical copy. I know I can reach behind me, and there's a tape in there from the 90s that I recorded in a studio, and there's no tape decks around nowadays to be able to play it, but it's there as a memory. So.
Yeah, definitely. I agree with it. I've got my CD collection on the wall, other side of the room. I still like buying the CDs. Mm-hmm. If I had a free trial of Spotify, which actually it's just taken me PayPal payment today, which I need to cancel that. I need to cancel it now. So I like buying the CDs. Saxon just released a new one, so I still need to get that. I've listened to it on Spotify, but it doesn't feel real until I own the music myself.
You get that copy. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah,
it's nice to look through a physical, isn't it? That physical copy, and I've always said it as well before, that I sometimes think the music transitions better between tracks if there isn't a full stop in it.
Definitely.
I do like a CD. Well, it's been good to get a catch up. Is there anything else you wanted to touch base on, Sid?
No, you actually covered everything. One of the last things I was going to ask him about was going to come up in the near future, and I got to actually not have to say that, so I'm good.
Can you think of anything else embarrassing that we can make Josh do before he goes?
I hope there's a lesson.
What's this? Pick on Josh Day?
It's always pick on Josh Day.
There's always a lesson to learn.
They're never gonna live it down after that time I came on as a guest host.
But we all have off days, I guess.
It was a laugh when you look back at it, Josh, because it's one of those things that you couldn't even get your camera up, and you had this like little circle that when you spoke, it started like strobing out. It was almost like, remember those Looney Tunes where they had the circle and you'd get the character and pop
Yeah, I
it
remember that.
Well, it would startle. Well, to be fair, I thought it was fucking hilarious because it would startle me. I wasn't expecting Josh to say anything. We're having a conversation. The next thing you know, Josh pops in and goes, "Yeah, this sucks." I'm like, yeah.
I meant it well. I meant well.
That's probably why we couldn't get the band to come back on tonight to sort of like do it. They're probably saying, they're just pretending there's some guy called Josh. It's probably those twats. They wouldn't put the video on. They're just sitting there.
So they're gonna scared of Josh. So he's gonna lay into us again.
They're intimidated by him.
I mean, I think I said some good things as well. I mean, I remember they did a music video. I can't remember what it were about, but I remember there was this really big apple. And
I don't remember the videos at all, but I do remember you saying you liked one of the videos, just hated the music.
It was a mask, Josh. I actually had to buy the T-shirt to sort of make up for your performance.
I mean, I didn't really say it was bad. I just said it's not my cup of tea.
Would you like to see the mask? See if that's the thing you're thinking of.
Go on then.
Just stay there. Keep him going, Sid. Keep him going.
He says, "Go ahead."
Josh, what have you got us into now?
It was a fun
before
show.
my era is this.
This is it, look.
I feel like ratings went through the roof on that episode.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
If not, it has now, because everybody's going to wonder what the fuck we're talking about, so they're going to go back and watch the show.
Yeah, that's the strangest looking apple I've seen.
It was massive, though. Absolutely massive. I've never seen anything like it.
It wasn't as big as your guns, mate.
Oh, no.
I'm not even
My cleaners.
Pete, it was nice meeting you, buddy. Thanks for coming on, hanging out with us tonight. Same, Hucknell, is that it?
Yeah, it's Mick Hucknell.
Thanks for having
Thank you, Sid.
And hanging out with us. Thanks for showing up late and hanging out with us.
Anytime. I'll be early next time.
Do you think we should get, we keep calling him Mick Hucknell. I've seen this twice on the shows when we've had him on. Do you think we should zoom in on him and sort of like, do a bit of Mick Hucknell for us? I'm Fall from the Stars or whatever it is he used to sing, wasn't it?
Going about that ladder. He'll know what I'm on about. Go on.
Give us a song.
Hey, that's my ladder.
Stop leaning on me gold discs.
That bird table's blocking my sun in here. How am I supposed to get a tan to get these fin birds?
Guys, thanks for hanging out with us tonight.
Yeah, thanks, fellas.
Thank you so much.
Good catching up
Brilliant.
with you, Josh. I know we teased a little bit, but it was nice to catch up with you again. It's been a while. I'm glad I'm glad the band's starting to start out there rolling again. It's good to see you guys moving forward and what you guys are doing.
Yeah,
I've always been a fan of what you guys have done, so it's nice to see you guys are back at it doing it again. So congratulations, you guys.
Thanks so much.
Let's do it again sometime.
Yeah, definitely.
I got one other thing I need to ask you guys to do with me, if you guys don't mind. I just got one last thing to do. Will you guys do a little dance with me?
Sure
If
thing.
you really wanna.
Before I go, be sure, everybody, before we start this dance, be sure tomorrow to check out on enterdemonmedia.com on a Delinquents Ball. I have a guest, Janice Lee, on the show. We're going to be playing her new song, and I'm talking with her about some of the music that she's coming out with. Outside of that, we don't have any other shows up until next Wednesday. Of course, we have a show. Then the next show is going to be next Saturday. We have Anoxia on the show. So when we end the show, we'll be playing a video by them. That way, you guys kind of get a little. I played it a lot, but you guys are going to get it again. There's going to be a song Dreams. They'll cover a Fleetwood Mac. But yeah, I want you guys to dance with me. I'm going to start the music off. We're just going to groove this thing right out of here. What do you guys think?
Go on, man.
We'll do it. We'll try.
Why not?
For you.
We'll try.
Thank you, everybody, for tuning in tonight. Talking with Demons. Then be sure
Thanks
to go
so much.
check out 6 Feet Below right here on Facebook. follow their stuff, like, share, all that fun stuff. Until then, guys, you guys have a safe night. Take care of yourselves. And guys, thank you once again for hanging out with us and doing a little dance.
Right, I'm off to bed.
Oh, yeah, you got to go to work, old man.
I do.
Until then, guys, you guys have a great night. I'm leaving you guys with the Noxia with their song Dreams with featuring Steep Steps. You guys have a great night. Catch you tomorrow.
Now there you go again. You said you want your freedom. Well, who am I to keep you down? And it's only right that you should